Hey friends, welcome back. So if you've been following me for a little while, you know that there's been some ups and downs with my channel. I disappear more times than I care to admit, thanks to my lovely friend imposter syndrome. So of course, now that I have the energy and the idea to film something, I'm sick. So you'll have to excuse me in this video if I'm not talking clearly, if I stumble, or if I just don't look top tier. I don't care. But you know what though? This is a social experiment for me. I am proving to myself that I don't have to have it all together in order to film a video. So progress, right? And I wish I could be one of those YouTubers that has all of their outfits perfectly curated before they hit record, especially talking about this topic today. But that's just not in the cards for me. And at the same time, that's actually the point of this video, is that I'm just gonna show up with whatever energy I have, even if that means me being sick and keeping it real. So let's talk about how I got into dopamine dressing and how it's helping me navigate cPTSD. Halloween 2020, oh, come on. Halloween 2023. Halloween is my favorite holiday and I am a spooky season kind of girly, but 2023 is when I decided to dress up in really fun fashions and play with my outfits to really give off a spooky season vibe. And I really started to fall in love with spooky season all over again. And I even made a TikTok about how we should be dressing spooky season all year round. But what I didn't realize is that it wasn't the spooky element that I was into, it was the cool clothes that I was getting myself into. It doesn't matter how eccentric your outfits are, nobody questions you during Halloween. And because I was putting together all of these fun, colorful outfits, I was starting to get a high off of the creation, off of the art. And to be honest, off of the compliments and stuff that I received out in the world. I am trying to work on my external validation addiction. However, I will be honest in saying the external validation that I got during 2023's Halloween, and then it happens, the For You page that you build brick by brick. I saw a couple influencers talking about dopamine dressing, and that's when it clicked and I realized, wait a minute, why can't I continue dressing in these bold, fun outfits, especially if it makes me feel good? So I did just that, and I noticed that I started gravitating towards neon colors, and then I started pairing neons with colors that I normally wouldn't pair it with, and then I started to fall in love with that creation, and switching up my wardrobe like that, game changer. And it made me realize that I didn't have to wait until Halloween to have some sort of freedom of self-expression. I could do this literally every single day of my life. But here's the thing about cPTSD. It can make you feel like you live in an emotional fog, like you're on autopilot and you feel completely numb. And with that numbness comes the anxiety of not knowing how to perform emotionally correct. And it starts to build up a lot of anxiety, at least it does with me. I panic internally when I'm not reacting to something the way a normal person should. It makes me feel like I'm doing emotions wrong, especially when someone tells me a really heartbreaking story and I feel nothing. And I struggle to come up with a response because when you feel nothing inside, how do you respond with empathy or sympathy? You can try, but it's gonna look fake. And then therefore there's that. And yeah, it's very unsettling because how are you supposed to connect with other people when you can't even connect with yourself to emote anything? And then on top of all of that, on a superficial level, which is sort of compacted into my daily life, being a makeup artist, working in television, there's an image that most people portray. And I was trying to fit myself in a mold to look a certain way, face beat, hair done, cute clothes. And because I wasn't always, I didn't always feel like I fit that mold correctly because I was trying to look a specific way, which wasn't authentic to who I was. It was making me feel like every day I was failing just by waking up. So this is where dopamine dressing plays its role. It's been helping me climb out of the perfectionist trap. Instead of wearing things that are expected of me, I wear things that actually make me feel good, and it allows me to express myself in a way that doesn't require any sort of emotional performance. I don't need to feel happy to wear neon yellow, but when I wear neon yellow, it makes me feel happy. If that makes sense. This has been a way for me to reconnect with myself when cPTSD tries to keep me disconnected. And for me, that's the real victory. It's actually backed by science. When we wear stuff that makes us feel good, colors, textures, certain aesthetics, we activate the reward centers in our brain that releases dopamine. It's associated with pleasure, motivation, and feelings of accomplishment. So by consciously choosing clothes that make me feel good and empowered and artistic, whatever, I'm literally boosting my mood and motivation. And for me, living with cPTSD, this is helping me burst through that emotional numbness and disconnection. cPTSD is a new thing for me. I mean, I only received my diagnosis a little less than a year ago, and I know that it's not recognized in the DSM. It's not technically a diagnosis. But my therapist was like, they got this, girl. And unfortunately, we don't recognize it here in the States, but other places do. Therefore, I'm just gonna say diagnosis for the sake of this video and to make it easier to explain. However, I will say that with dopamine dressing, I'm able to train my brain into learning how to respond properly and how to understand nuances in a conversation. And I can't believe that I have to do that, but this is where I am. I have to train myself to be a human. It's kind of what I say every day. I gotta learn how to human again. So I hope that this video showed you that dopamine dressing isn't just a fun little trend. It's a powerful tool that can help you with healing, self-expression, and emotional well-being. I mean, the best part is that it's totally customizable to who you are, your unique style, and your unique needs. And hey, if you'd like to see me do a video about how to dopamine dress, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And remember, you do not have to have everything together in order to feel good. Just show up for yourself, even if that requires you wearing your favorite hoodie and sweats. So keep shining, take care, and whatever you wear. I just did that.